Alrighty, you guys, welcome back to another episode of Figures We Want Made. We're doing another Marvel Legends episode. I am here with my guest, Dante Grace, Darkjokerzin from Infinity Equation. He's going to be on here choosing which legends he wants to be created. And we're going to go in depth here of what accessories we want, what effects, what all things we needed included in these figures that we want so bad. So hang with us. We'll hopefully pick some ones that you guys want to see. And if you guys have other opinions or want figures you want made as well, drop them down in the comments. Let us know. So maybe we'll talk about them on the next episode as we do these. So without further ado, let's bring the man, the myth, legend on here right now. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on? Myth? Maybe. Legend? Definitely not.
It's all good. So what's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good. I appreciate it. It's fun. It's just
good. Good week so far?
So far, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. I got my new table in, so I'm definitely happy for that. Like, can't wait to set that up.
Cool, man. Cool. Hell yeah. So, well, let me tell everybody about you a little bit here. Let's start off with what got you into collecting?
Wow. It's been kind of like since I was a kid. Honestly, I've always had like superpowers when I was a kid. And then what was Turtles? Trying to think of other figures, and then like the Toy Biz X-Men, like Marvel Legends, Marvel figures, I should say. They weren't Legends at that point, but it was just those Toy Biz X-Men figures that really got it kickstarted. Really a lot. So I would say like between like DC Powers and the Toy Biz figures, that's what really got me into collecting and loving toys. And then kind of like after that, it was more the DC Direct. Once I got a little bit older, I was looking for something a little bit more articulated. And those look great for what they were. Great sculpt on them. A little bit less articulate, like about the same articulation as a 5-point figure, but
yeah, it was pretty much.
Yeah, but they look great, and they were like from like the comics that I was reading at the point in time, like Superman, Batman, like that first comic that came out, and then Justice League. You had that. I'm drawing a blank on the storyline. It was Elongated Man. Elongated Man's wife passed when she died. When she got killed.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the story.
For sure.
That was a big one. But other than that, it was then I started seeing like people with Marvel Legends, and I was like, all right, these look kind of cool. So I started getting into them, and then now it's just sprawled into a whole new thing of like, all right, let's see what's great.
Well, good, man. Okay, so I mean, you touched a little bit on here, but so what exactly do you collect?
Oh Lord, now it's
right
now. So it's Legends, Joe's.
Okay.
Started getting to Mythic Legions now. So yeah, they're like the rabbit hole.
Yeah, yeah.
I love their Cosmic Legions. That's what kind of made me like started getting into them. I love Cosmic Legions. Mafex figures. I kind of pick and choose from indie companies, but I do like executive replicas figures. I should say loose collectors figures. These are pretty good ones. And then the AWOC figures, those are really great. Trying to think, I have to remember what I even collect anymore. And some Mezcos.
Okay, nice. Got some Mezcos in there too.
Yeah, I'm very selective on my Mezcos because I can't go all out like everybody else does. I just can't do it. So I just kind of be a little bit more selective of what I.
What's your selection? Is it a specific like line? Like I go DC and Rumble Society and that's it. I don't do anything else.
It depends on the character. Like I have a Superman. I have one of the Batmans. I have the Robin, Conan. I did get Captain Nemo, which was kind of like the wild, like one added group. Solomon Kane I did get. Just Dredd, Blade, Bishop, Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine's a pretty good one.
Yeah, the Wolverine's awesome. I'm trying to remember. Like, I'm looking at him, trying to remember which other ones I got. I can't remember. I think that's mostly it.
So
yeah, most of the other ones I sold off. So I was like, eh.
Well, all right, man. That's awesome. I'm glad you got a good selection there to go from. But let's jump into why the main reason we're here is to pick some figures that we want. Well, in this case, Hasbro, we want the Marvel Legends team to hear and make these figures the way we want them to, and then hopefully they pick our selection later on. They hear us and they get the hint. So I'll start with you, my man. Which one of your selections did you want to go with first?
I gotta go with my number one selection. The one I've been wanting more than ever. I've told Dwight this, like face to face. I'm like, look, Dwight, when am I going to get my spot? A comic spot. I need that. I want that. I don't want to have to make a custom of it. I just want the spot. That's all I want. I'm happy with that. I'll be good with that too.
There we go. There's a spot right there. Yeah. So he's got. I've seen a couple different versions of him. We got this one, and then I'm also seeing another one here, like a different face sculpt. I think that's pretty dope. So how would you want to see him?
I'd probably say that this version here. This one will probably be like more classic. You could kind of move like later, or just give him like, so you could do this body, but then give him that new head sculpt, like that new face on there as well as a different head. Yeah, that you could do that one because they kind of have that already.
Yeah,
Zero.
Exactly.
But yeah, both head sculpts could work.
Yeah, you swap them off, I think.
Yeah.
What kind of body do you think you would want to throw him on?
See, I feel like the retro Spider-Man buck would be good. But I don't know, like he looks more like slender, so
yeah, a little more slender than that.
Yeah. I'm almost want to say like maybe I don't know if the Renew Your Vows body would be a lot more slender.
Maybe, and also might be a more overkill than it needs to be for Spot.
Yeah,
I don't know. Is Sunfire a smaller body than like a retro Spidey?
Maybe, if I remember correctly. I can't.
Or, yeah. What about the? Well, that might be too small, but the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man body, that one's fairly slim.
That one is the build is fine. I think he's a tad bit too small.
But too small, exactly. Yeah. Maybe we need a new body now for our slimmer characters that don't look too slim. Like a Pizza Spidey buck was too like a bad articulation, but had the slim bodiness that we kind of wanted. So I guess we got to run into that, right?
Yeah, because he's not like the Vulcan body would be too big.
Yeah, it's too large.
I would say that you might. I would probably say you can get away with either the retro body, Spider-Man, or maybe some Sunfire. So either one with those. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and then I was gonna like, okay, what kind of accessories or effects do you think?
Oh, definitely. You have to have like one of those like big portals like that's behind this one, and just like have little pegs on there. And I said to make it fun, like be able to detach them at the waist.
Oh, okay.
Just like be able to like to pop the waist off, and just have them like pegged onto like the little like on the portal, on the black hole portal, like right there. Just plug them right on. And then if they really want to take it to like the next level, like have little holes in the black portal, or like have little black portals with him, where you can just plug the arms, like the hands in, the different hands. Yeah. And you can have him just kind of like make it like he's putting his hand through it. Just have one that pegs into his arm. Definitely. And then have another one just like pegged into like a black portal.
I think like if they do something like they did with Cannonball, where they were able to take them on and off at the waist.
Yep.
And then if you can get it to where it's like an on and off at the forearm area,
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good, because I think a hand might be too small for the articulation, but if you had the forearm, you can get the flatness right there, that cut.
Yeah.
And I think you get the range of some little bit more articulation there. And I think that would be pretty good. And I would think that'd be a good like deluxe figure, something that comes with like a larger, kind of like how Zero has the Doctor Strange spiral thing.
Right.
It'll need something like that for sure. And I wouldn't mind. I would buy that.
Yeah, definitely.
A couple of those effect pieces.
Yeah. You can probably definitely. Yeah, you can definitely do it. I don't think. I mean, I would definitely buy it if it's deluxe figure. Hands down, I would be all in it. I think you can make the portal small enough just to fit into like a regular card box, and probably still get away with it.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be too like large. It just needs to be anything long. It can be a little bit elongated and kind of like an oval.
Yeah, smushed it on the sides and just from top, more like a lengthwise, long, like bigger than widthwise.
Yeah, we can get away with that.
Yeah.
All right, for sure. Okay, that was a good pick. Good pick. I like that. Let's see here. All right, for my first pick, I'm going to go for a female character that after we've gotten her retro version, I definitely want to get her. We're talking about Wasp, specifically the more, like it was like during Secret Invasion, Civil War time, I believe, that she was in this kind of costume. It was all black. We've had this before, but I did not like the face sculpt just was not the greatest as far as like the paint. The eyes can be so much better. Seeing how the retro, I don't have her head sculpt anymore right here, but how the retro one came out, that looks so beautiful. I want that with her, and I feel like we can get that now. We can nail that down with a more articulated body for sure, especially that Black Widow body is perfection. I think we can get that if we can get the sculpting of the because she's going to need a new chest plate anyways for the back pieces to go into. So you can sculpt the chest piece and then also sculpt in the lower abs. Or no, I feel like I wouldn't mind having those painted because I don't want those getting in the way of the articulation in the bottom. So I wouldn't mind if those were painted up and then the other ones were sculpted into like the chest area. But there's another ones I've seen where she's wearing gauntlets.
Okay.
And if they can make it to where the gauntlets can come off, you have both looks right there. You can get gauntlet on and gauntlet off.
Kind of like what they did with Black Widow.
Exactly. Like with her little widow's bites. Exactly.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I've been thinking Songbird kind of was like the same way.
True. Songbird had that too. She had and then she also had like the big ass plug-in on the back for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another way to go about it, especially if they don't just like keep it into the sculpt or something like that.
Right.
That gives us options here, so I'm totally fine with that. We do need some like you kind of see here, like her sting effects. I need something, either a blast from the hand, either a swappable hand piece, or something that can plug into the hands. That could be kind of like, I don't know if it'll wrap around the fingers a little bit, and then like have like electrocution coming out on the sides.
Okay.
Kind of like who had it? There was one character that had an effect that was similar to that, where you have to put the fingers in there a little bit. I want to say it was like there was like Jubilee-ish one. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
I know. I'm trying. I think I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to think of the figure though who had it.
Well, I guess Invisible Woman kind of has it because her fingers kind of go through and they're like that. So let's say like you take the Invisible Woman part on the fingers, and then you change the effect itself to this like electrocution coming out.
Right.
That'd be cool. That'd be a cool new effect piece that you can use for a lot of different characters.
So you can if you really want to try to get away with it, have it like that clear yellow plastic molded, and as the hand, like how her hands are right now,
Mm-hmm.
and just go over it. Like, so I don't know. I'm trying to point out like, like so, like on her right hand, like the back of her right hand, yeah, right there. Paint that black, but
Mm-hmm.
leave the other part open as yellow,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
so it'd be just interchangeable hands.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. That works too. Just totally make it like a translucent resin that
Yeah,
plugs in. With you can. Would you do? Yeah, we could just do a black peg, and I don't think you should have too much of an issue. She just has because she has the yellow on the inside. I don't know if that's gonna
right.
be any weirdness because you'll see it from the bottom here, but it shouldn't be too bad.
No,
Um,
it shouldn't be. Yeah. And I'm also thinking, or you can do it like Iron Man, like they, just have the hand open and just plug the effect in.
yeah, like maybe plug into the hole right there. Could be interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, and I think if we can get maybe two head sculpts, I'd like to get two head sculpts. One of the short hair. You can go a little bit like this one with the longer hair.
Yeah.
But it's not necessary for me. I just want to make sure I get this hairstyle. Maybe a different expression I'd prefer, but this is my main hairstyle I want. This like pixie cut looking one.
Yeah, I'm fine with both of them. I think we do need a redo of her anyway.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's my first pick. Where would you want to go for your second?
I would say Graviton.
Ooh, okay.
This is one that has sorely been needed. I really kind of like started falling in love with this character since Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, one of the best Avengers cartoons ever.
Yes. I need a revival.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I see if we get one. But this one, like, he's a great character. Like, even though he plays he's like one of those small bit part like villains.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'd still be like a event. We gotta do something kind of villain. But just the look of him is great.
Mm-hmm.
Probably give him now. This would probably be somebody I could see on a Vulcan body.
Okay.
With two different head sculpts. Like you had this head sculpt here, but like in Avengers, you can have him with the gray hair, like he's been in jail.
Oh, okay.
A little bit, put some slight streaks of gray. But I beg and I plead, if they do make this, don't make the hair swooping like this. Just make it flat.
I get you.
I just want just regular long hair. Or you know what? If he's in jail, just give him like the buzz cut.
The buzz cut one?
Old version. Yeah.
Makes sense. See, I would definitely want two heads. I'd want one like this, like have, because you kind of want a little bit of the flowiness of hair, but nothing too crazy like the other one. This one's okay. And then the other one, yeah, we can go with a shave buzz, something that you can use without having to worry about the wind effects or which way things are blowing and stuff like that.
Yeah. He's one character that I probably would need. I would definitely need three head sculpts. Like one just with like the regular hair, one kind of like with sweeping effect, and then the older version look of him.
Mm-hmm.
But he would definitely have to have a cloth cape.
Yes, and I think we can get that pretty good with that.
Yeah.
With the shoulder armors here too, right?
Yeah.
You can hide that.
Yeah, because I think if you peg them in like to like where like this point is, I'm trying to think of like I'll use Wolverine here as an example. Like if you peg them into like this part here, like a little bit where it just gives like a little bit of like a plastic give, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a good point right there. Yep, I think that could work. Just like how the new Doctor Doom is, it kind of plugs in the chest over here, but for you, we can just make it up to the top.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then just have it kind of moving around if need be. Like kind of, it's like not fully in there, not glued in there, but can kind of come up and out a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, so I think that's a good choice. I like it. Yeah, because I definitely remember him from Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and he was a big boss, but he doesn't really get much appeal otherwise. I know he's been in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I didn't watch that far enough into it when he appeared.
Really? What season was that?
I think I think 5 or something like that. It's like I stopped watching after. When the hell did I stop watching?
When he went into space?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, when they started going to space.
Yep. That's about the same time I started watching.
Yeah, it started becoming something else. I'm like, this isn't exactly just Agents of Shield. This is just characters in the Marvel comic. I don't know. It just started becoming something totally different and not really agents.
Mm-hmm.
So it was okay, but I wanted to see more of the espionage and this and that of Agents of Shield. So I stopped watching. But yeah, all right, cool. Anything else you want to add to that one?
No, that's really like I'd probably say like for the effects that I want.
Okay.
I would like to see like what they have here, like some rubble effects with them.
Ooh, yes.
That would really set it off, or have like, or kind of like, and I hate to say this because I can't stand the man. Todd McFarlane's figures like have a base.
Okay.
Like almost like actually Marvel Selects used to do with their
Oh,
bases.
okay.
Like have like a rock base that's like not too big but big enough. Now he would probably be a deluxe figure. I'd probably say like have a rock base that you can have him floating off of, and it's like that, and like have attachments like little rocks that you can attach on there to have him float around them.
Yeah, definitely. I think that'd be a pretty good idea. Like they've done this small stands. Like I think Herbie had one. So if they had like a little peg in for into the base, boom.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea because I get some rubble up in here like this. Just small things, just to throw in the idea of no gravity where he's controlling it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't really know if there's a way to really show his powers. Not like how Magneto has the pulsingness of his powers. I don't know how you would want to show him, but I feel like just showing all things around him might be good enough.
Yeah.
So for sure. Alrighty. All right, for my second pick, we're gonna go with character I missed out on. It was a Comic-Con pack-in, and I've been wanting him because he's part of the Thunderbolts, and that is Ghost.
Ooh,
he had a very he's the same body. I had Jack Lantern over here a minute ago, and he was on that very old body that was so thin. It was a good body. I mean, it was good like stylized for it, but just didn't move as well as you would now. I like to see how they can approach that with his very thin body. It's just a pretty cool character, and I want to keep filling out the Thunderbolts and the about this time. So this would be a good character to add for sure.
This almost feel like this one should be a deluxe figure as well.
Okay.
Because you want the clear version, and then you want this version like him, like in this like just suit floating around.
Yeah, like the phasing or some phasing, being able to phase through something.
Right.
Yeah.
And then with accessories, you can have like different like arm parts that you can have phasing through. Yeah, that to me that would work. I would think probably maybe him being this small, Pizza Spider buck would work.
Yeah, I think if they can just, I like the way they did with the last one because it had so much details.
Right.
That was fantastic. But the whole thing with the arm that didn't even articulate here, it was stuck.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks. So if we could got something better, I feel like he can be even skinny. Like he has like no muscle mass whatsoever, and he might need to have something completely nuded or be able to take the parts off and have to be like Spot basically of at the waist, or be able to take the legs off and have him face through something. And then if they can figure this out, they can do that for Kitty Pryde. They can do this for Spot. They can get this down well enough that it works. I think that you can start doing these phasing characters like Vision. You can do a version of Vision where you can phase through stuff. I feel like that could be pretty cool.
Yo, definitely.
And I don't know. I feel like with his accessories, I don't need much as far as accessories go, other than maybe some like I don't know. It's like maybe like a data pad type thing. Like he's trying to like if he's or going in to steal something, like something if he was to steal it. Like I'm trying to think of like when he's with trying to be an adversary for Iron Man. He doesn't need to do much as far as effects. He just needs accessory of something. But Maybe we'll go with a bank bag or something.
You could, so with that in mind, you could go the route like what he's holding right now, like a newspaper, like he's doing a crossword puzzle. Stark files. You can have them like as little little accessories to have with them.
Yeah.
Those work.
Yeah, there you go. And the one thing, like this one kind of has it. It looks like a gun, but does he? I don't remember him really. I don't have too much of a knowledge of him. I gotta go reread Thunderbolts, but I don't think he used the gun that much, right?
I'll have to
Yeah, I had to go back through and do some more research, but I don't think
know.
he did. But otherwise, that's cool. I would be fine if they can find a way to like make them phase through or have like it's a little bit translucency to them. That's what I want. That's what I need him to have if they're gonna do it. I can maybe do multi parts. Like I could swap base off, and it's like a translucent body. So swappable pieces that are translucent. I think that could be the best way to do it. That way you have the ability to take them apart, and you have new swappable pieces that are translucent. So I'll take that. That's what I need. And he doesn't even need a new head sculpt because you got one and you're done basically.
Exactly.
Alrighty. Where do you want to go now?
Guess my last single card one, the Beyonder.
Beyonder. Okay. Very good. Very good. And he's got two different designs now, but this is the classic OG one. What do you prefer?
His disco collar one, his pop disco.
Exactly.
Like this one's a tough one because man, you get two figures out of this.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, should it be would it be a good deluxe figure? I would just stick with this just for now. I'll stick with this costume he has for now.
Yeah.
Just like having his, like his hands are powered up there, like have a different set of hands.
Yeah.
You're not going to get probably a whole lot. Can you go back to the other picture? Let me see.
Yeah.
I'm just curious because, you may get, you can probably get some good arm range out of him on his shoulders because that big piece is up for like above him.
Yeah.
So you can probably get a decent up arm range out of him.
Yeah, because I think that's enough out of the way that you should be fine.
Right.
You don't have to worry about it hitting the shoulder at all, I think. Yeah, you should be able to get enough, and it's high enough up too that it shouldn't affect the like ab articulation or ab crunching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but if you try like ab crunch him standing straight up, he's definitely gonna tip over with them rubber Jesse's got on his shoulder. Yeah,
definitely. They have to make that as light as they possibly could.
Yeah.
Don't make it a thick piece for sure. I mean, he's kind of got like almost the Silvermane kind of legs here.
Yeah.
They look fairly similar. I have to take a look at it again, but I feel like that can almost be similar to that.
You can almost get away with that, but this 9 times 10, this would probably have to be either the Vulcan body modded or a brand new bucket altogether.
Yeah, he's definitely pretty thick body.
Yeah.
He should be very muscular. Full physique for sure.
But I would definitely get. I don't know, like accessory wise, I don't know what you would really give him, honestly.
Yeah, because his powers are so like beyond, but crazy.
And he doesn't really carry any weapons, so it just looks like,
yeah.
This would be the one figure that you get like doesn't have a build, either a build a figure with it or does have no build figure with it.
And that's perfect because you can spend all this money on focusing on the tooling for him versus adding this or that. I maybe want a different head sculpt, like have a different expression possibly, but otherwise he doesn't need much else.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be fine with like a different like like fists and open hands, like the clenching hands you see here. I'd be fine with that. Yeah. Even if he just had that and he only had one head sculpt and just two different hands, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I can see like you can do two different head sculpts, like one of him just like having like a little bit of a smirk, and just kind of like regular stern look, and that's it.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Is there anything else you want to add to him?
No, that's really it.
Yeah, it's pretty clean and simple. What you see, what you get with him. I think he'd be a big pickup, especially with we're almost done with the Secret Wars villains. I've got the whole Secret Wars display with my Galactus right now with all the villains, and we're pretty much almost done with that now. I just want Beyonder, and I just need a couple other characters like the Wrecking Crew. I have 3 out of the 4. I have Power Driver. I think it's Thunderball, the green and yellow black dude. I missed out on that variant, so I need him.
Oh man, yeah. You know what? That's a whole team that needs to be redone. But that's for later.
Yeah, it does, because they all have like the waist, but their ankles. Well, they have toe joints, which is nice, but they're very loose on me now. They have no articulation in the wrist. Yeah, I could definitely use a new one for sure.
What was it? 4 of them or 5? I can't remember.
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
4-pack right there.
Yeah, yeah. Imagine a big 4-pack like that. That'd be perfect. Alrighty, so to add to the Thunderbolts over here, a character I'm surprised we haven't kind of gotten yet. We kind of got the body of him once was Matt Gargan's Venom.
Oh, wow.
We have with the Monster Venom bath. It's like that's his design for the chest, but then they chose like more Eddie Brock Eddie Brock Venom face. Now, if you were to take a head for Matt Gargan with specifically with eyes, you know it's Matt Gargan when you see the eyes in the Venom, and put that on there, and boom, you have his more monstrous form. But I don't want him that big. I don't think he needs to be that big. The way they did the retro Venom now and the 3-pack Riot Agony Venom one, the Omega Red body basically. That is a perfect body for him. As you can see here, he's not that much bigger than everybody else, so I think that still would fit in line with him. And yeah, I feel like that's a good one to start adding up to. Now we have that Moonstone. We have Songbird. Was it Swordsman, I believe? I do want Penance. Penance would be so dope.
Yeah. I would love to get a Penance.
Did you ever play Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Yeah, so that's one of my reasons why I love the Thunderbolts is you got the Matt Gargan Venom from that. There was Penance in there. Songbird was in it, and yeah, so I love that. So yeah, for him, he definitely needs. I want to say he needs two head sculpts, one crazy mouth, one a little bit less. But he just needs. I just want the hands. I don't think I need much other than that, to be honest. If they can give us the head that can fit onto the Monster Venom bath and match the colors to that, wow, fantastic. I doubt they would because it's such a long ago figure.
Right.
But if they could do that, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, I agree. I don't disagree with anything you just said. Like, I agree with all that.
Would you add anything more to him?
Honestly, no. Like, there's not really much because it's just Venom.
Yeah.
It's not a whole lot to add on there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like what you see is what you get.
Yeah. Yeah, just give me a fist and claws. That's all I need. And then, it wasn't until this point right here that I first seen Norman in this outfit. I hadn't noticed him in this outfit before.
Right.
So I want to go check this out, see why. I get he's like the leader of the Thunderbolts with this, and it kind of has Green Goblin vibes. But I'd like to see what the story is a little bit behind the whole outfit.
I think this is like when Thunderbolts were first made, like kind of like when Norman first took over them.
Mm-hmm. And then there's like a Radioactive Man too. That was the other one that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
For that cool design from that this era. All right, so yeah, I mean, I feel like we can use him for sure. Of course, it's probably going to end up being in the Spider-Man wave, but if they can do a villains wave again, I think this would be perfect for that.
Yes.
I love that whole wave of villains. That was perfect. We got so many good figures out of that, even though most of them went to like I think Ross and this and that, and they're super discounted. Right. All good figures, to be honest. Like none of them were bad to me. I want a second approach to that wave for sure.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I like another villains wave. I would love that.
Yeah, because I like when we got waves that are not Spider-Man, Avengers, and X-Men. I like when we get things a little bit differently.
Exactly.
Like this new Zabu wave is awesome because it's like a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Alrighty. So we're gonna jump into our multi-pack choices, to which this can either be a double pack, a 3-pack, all the way up to 5-pack, however crazy amount you want to make it. And then so go ahead and give me your choice. So it's an odd one. I see it.
All right. I went with 3-pack on this one. So I said Black Fox, Edwin Jarvis, and Solo. I think that would make me definitely 3-pack. Because Black Fox, Black Fox is like a character like you could just have like that old man character, like okay, yeah, you know. Which I can't remember if it turned out to be Felicia's father in the end or something. I can't remember the story, but I mostly remember him from I can't remember the run on Spider-Man now. I think it was like right before it's like during when Cardiac first showed up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it wasn't first showed up, but it was a run where Cardiac was in there. Eric Larson's run. That's what it was. It was Eric Larson's run.
Oh,
when he was doing Spider-Man. So I remember him then, and then also remember him from Spider-Man animated series as well too. But yeah, this is a character I would love to have in figure form as part of a 3-pack. One and the other character who doesn't get any love is Solo, the Fortune assassin. I think he's just a straight up assassin.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's just a cool character. He's just carry guns. It's like the Punisher with powers up.
Yeah, like I have my whole Marvel encyclopedia that I was looking through for things. I couldn't find anything. Thank you. I couldn't find anything for Solo. Couldn't find anything for Black Fox. And so I was like, dang, okay, you're gonna have to explain these ones to me because I haven't seen Solo too much.
It's funny because I was doing the same thing. And that's where I found them. I was like, oh shoot, I forgot what was Solo like. I have the what is it? The Marvel one from like 89 to 93, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
Like it's the Marvel Universe one that they have. So that they did like when they used to do them way back in the day, like in the early like 80s, I want to say like maybe like mid 80s to like early 90s. When they were like, hey, here's these books. And I don't know if they were just like straight. I don't think they were books. I think they were just they were comics that just broke down like all of the character, like some of the characters most of the character in the Marvel universe. There was something like I even like never even heard of in there. But Solo's one is like I really forgot about. I'm like, yo, like he can play like a villain or a hero too. Like he plays dual roles.
Mm-hmm. Good to know. Okay, so you can be a little bit with it. So, and then you have the last one was Jarvis here, right?
Yeah. Yes.
He's definitely needed for sure.
Yeah, we have our Avengers team, but we don't have the man who keeps it together, Jarvis. Yeah. Like, yo, this would complete the Avengers team for me. This would be the icing on top of the cake. I'm like, you have Jarvis now, bam. Now you have an Avengers team. Now you can do whatever Avengers team you want to do
Mm-hmm.
Even with the most like I think like the new current Avengers run, Jarvis is back.
Oh,
And
really?
I think so, yeah. I think he's back in there. So yeah, like you can do like the early classic Avengers, like, hey, here's Jarvis,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's just a good figure like to have in collection. I know most people probably be like, yeah, whatever, it's Jarvis. Like, nah, like this is he's part of the Avengers too.
Yeah.
He
So,
he may not do anything, but he he kept them in line as well too.
definitely. The one thing I know for sure, one reason I would want him is to have a scroll head.
Oh yeah,
Because I remember in Secret Invasion, he stole Luke Cage and Jessica Jones' baby,
yes,
and that was a big thing. And he was a scroll. So if I can have like a swappable scroll head for him, I think that's exactly what I would need, and it would work. Yeah, for the retro. Now that we're building out the retro Avengers, and we can start getting that Secret Invasion time. Perfect. Let's get those
yep.
in there.
It'd be funny if they did give us like another baby.
Another baby to have in his hand.
Yeah, it's like like have like swap like they did with Talos, kind of like what they did
Yeah.
with like I think it had like the swappable neck and head.
That's right.
Just do that with Jarvis for like having him to be a scroll.
Yeah.
And swap out the neck peg and the head and the arm and the hands. Bam. You're good to go. And then give us like a third baby as like you repainted like the little baby Hulk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. So, was there a specific reason why you want this as a 3-pack, or is there any kind of like togetherness to these characters?
You know what? You could almost call like I feel like this is the unknown characters. You could almost like the unknown 3-pack. Okay. Or you could also call them like the D-lister 3-pack because they basically kind of like they're close to D-listers because barely anybody remembers them or knows them anymore. Yeah, except for Jarvis. I say Jarvis probably is more.
Yeah, Jarvis is like a C-list, if anything, maybe even a little higher. Everybody else is like an F or G list,
right?
Pretty down there. Not even Encyclopedia talks about them.
Yeah, I mean, you could. I think just be like kind of like your generic pack because you can almost swap them out with the suited bodies that you may have already as well too.
Mm-hmm.
And Jarvis would be a suited body that you already had, like that comes with it. So you can always.
I feel like with Jarvis, it is a suited body, but you need the maybe Moreland would have that body for him, where it's got like the tuxedo, the tuxedo tails. He needs that for sure. It makes him a little bit more different than a regular suit.
Yes. Yep.
But all right. Anything more you want to add? Any kind of effects or accessories? I don't know if you can need effects, but I guess Solo needs guns for sure.
Yes.
But,
Solo
anything?
Guns. Black Fox, I would probably say like a little cat statue or something like a little diamond. Jarvis,
something to steal. Yeah, for sure.
Like you can have like for Jarvis, a serving tray with like dishes on it.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's it.
Perfect. It's a good choice. That's a good choice. Alrighty, let's we'll move on to my choice for the multi-pack here. Again, around this time, we've gotten a couple characters so far, but I think we've only gotten one, which is Kate Bishop. I want to start building out the Young Avengers, and this is the way I want to go. Start with a 2-pack of Wiccan and Hulkling, the power couple over here. I do want to see them fill out the team with speed, patriot, stature. I do want to see this version of stature down the line. But I feel like a quick start to this team would be definitely throwing the Hulkling and Wiccan in there. Let's see here. Share this one. He would be a pretty big body for sure. He would definitely need to be It's like I would probably say a Caliban body might be the best way to go for him. Like he would need new arms for sure, but I think you can kind of get away with using the Caliban and painting this what this is. I don't know. Maybe you might still need to have to do like the torso area just to get this material here, and then this right here. Right. And then I guess you would still need to do that anyways, because if you're gonna give him his wings, they got to redo the torso, upper torso, anyways. So plot the wings in there, just like how they plotted the Venom wings in there. So if they can have a similar situation, and at least this time the Venom, unlike the Venom where it had very thin legs, he'll have a lot beefier legs to help support his wings for sure.
Right. I would say you could almost get away, depending on how tall Hulkling is, almost get away with the Amadeus Cho bath. Like take the lower half of that.
Yeah, you could. I feel like that one is, maybe you could use the lower half of that. I don't know if that would work. I guess I feel like, I have to take a look. Because every time I see Hulkling, I feel like he's like very wide, kind of like,
right.
Like what's his name? Like A-Bomb. Like Totally Awesome Hulk does feel very long, like the Professor Hulk, like the way that you did him. And then things like A-Bomb and Hulkling, they feel very much more wide and squat. That's how I always kind of see them. But I wouldn't be opposed to them using that for sure, because they already have that kind of detail in the legs. However, I think his detail stops with Amadeus Cho's at the shorts because it's got bare legs.
Right.
And I think I want to say he kind of has like pants all the way down. I don't think
that's what I'm saying. You probably have to give him, like, if you do use the lower half, you have to like paint it and then put like boots on them and everything.
Mm-hmm. This is like a more recent version. This is a different style, but I don't know if I don't know which one I would want to go with more, but I would probably say the previous one.
Yeah.
With this kind of Young Avengers look, I think I'd rather go with this one first, build out this team, and then maybe later on come back to it and then have them redo. They can reuse the Hulkling pieces and give us the more updated ones. Right. That way you can get a reuse out of it. For sure, you can reuse the leg and the arms, and the torso pieces, repaint it up or something. But yeah, so I think it's just a good start to building out another team that I think we just have the Kate Bishop, which, to be honest, actually, this isn't even the same Kate Bishop one that we've gotten. The one we have, I think, was part of the Hawkeye series one. This one is a different suit outfit.
Right. Yeah, she does. So that is a different one. A different suit, I should say, for her.
So, I mean, let's start us off strong. We think it's 2 characters, and then do one or 2 in a wave, and get us going with this team here. I think we need, because if we're gonna start, I want to see Thunderbolts. I want to see Young Avengers. I want to start hitting that 50-state initiative where we have all these different characters. So we can start filling up our Civil War, Secret Invasion style displays, and this is the way to go. Yeah,
I'm down. I would love this team. That's another, like you said, another team that I would love to have as well. So it's West Coast Avengers.
West Coast Avengers. I feel like we're
not West Coast. Sorry, not the Great Lake Avengers.
Oh, Great Lake Avengers. Okay, yeah. It was a Doorman. Was that what his name is? A Doorman for the.
No, it's
Fireman.
It's not impossible. Is it Impossible Man? No, I can't.
Mr. Immortal.
Mr. Immortal, yes.
Yeah,
Mr. Immortal. I think her name was Big Bertha. I think that was her name. Yeah,
the junkie girl.
Yeah.
And then it was like there's one that could, like, I think it was like Doorman, because it was the all, like, literally all black guy, and he was like, I think it was like a create door, like portals or something like that. He, like, his body was a doorway or something.
Yeah, I think so. If I remember correctly. Yeah.
And then there's another one's like Mr. Fantastic, but he's like flat.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So that'd be crazy for sure. They could reuse the Blob for Big Bertha.
Yep.
All right. And then give us some new magic effect pieces with Wiccan.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's all he needs. If you want to go the extra mile, the cloth cape could be fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Because otherwise it'd be too bulky. We could play around with it, give us a raggedy kind of cloak, and I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't need much. Hulkling doesn't need much. He just needs an alternate pair of hands. And just make sure he gets his wings. That's I wouldn't really want to see it in anything else. I don't need anything else. All right. Okay. Now we are into the HasLab portion of this, and basically we're going to talk about our what we want to see out of the next HasLab project. We know we got one coming up pretty soon here. This isn't exactly expectations for what this upcoming one is, but more of just what we want to see in the future. We're going to dive into all the possibilities we can create with this. So go ahead. What was your choice here?
This was tough because, like, I know a lot of us, we said vehicles, like a lot of people want vehicles as HasLab. And I was like, and then as rumored, Fin Fang Foom, so I didn't want to choose that one because that's just like given. I went with a classic and simple enough one, Devil Dinosaur.
Oh, perfect.
You had the recipe out there from Mattel, from Jurassic Park line. All you gotta do is upscale it. Because I do have the big T-Rex that they put out that everybody, like, we were so hyped about. Like, I think, like, you can actually swallow, like, you put stuff in there and swallows it. But yeah, this, like, having Devil Dinosaur, and then you put, like, pair with him Moon Girl as a figure. So, like, now you get that. Now you actually get Moon Girl, which is a great show if you haven't seen it on Disney Plus.
Yes, I love the animation for that and the music too.
Yeah, it's such an awesome show. But that's what made me think of it. I was like, yo, Devil Dinosaur would be great as a HasLab. And then I would think, like, so for all of us, for those who've been begging, this is how you get your Shauna the She-Devil.
Ooh, that's right. That's a good way to go. I like that.
This is how you get your Shauna the She-Devil in the HasLab. And then I'm trying to think of who else I would put in there that would make it like that worthwhile. I'm trying to think, like, because if you really take from the Savage Land, I'm just trying to think, like, of anything else, like, from the Savage Land that you could really take. You probably take these little, I guess, like pre-humans. But I don't know, like, you could have like make it like a little army of them. You get like maybe two different ones, like they did with what's his name for the Sentinel. I can't think of his name.
Bastion.
Yeah, Bastion.
Okay.
Like, give us some army builders. I'm trying to think of like anything else.
What about Moon Boy?
Yeah,
you said Moon Girl.
Yeah, you could do that too.
You gotta throw Moon Boy up in there.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, like, I'm trying to remember back from X-Men anime series, like, what else did they have there in the Savage Land? And you know what? You could actually, if you really want to push it, besides Shauna and Moon Boy and like army builders, Savage Land X-Men.
It'd be interesting. I feel like that would be a good, like, a wave to go with it. If they're gonna do a wave to go along with it, I think that'd be a perfect way, and do like in a retro X-Men style. I think that would be a perfect way to go with it.
But the problem is, you couldn't have the women like in the like
scantily clad.
Yeah. So you probably get Rogue, Storm, Jean Grey, Savage Land gear in this, and there you go. And then you put out like Cyclops, Professor X, Wolverine, whoever else you want to put into that Savage Land group, and just like, go from there.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty awesome right there for sure. Like, Devil Dinosaur is one that I was thinking about too for my HasLab. And the way I kind of saw it was, okay, you throw in Moon Girl for the main thing, give him an alternate, maybe an alternate head, because the way he's used Devil Dinosaur now is very kind of comedic to go with Moon Girl. So if you can give him a different expression in the alternate head, that would be nice. But I was thinking first tier, you throw a Moon Boy in there, be like, okay, you guys, we know what you want. It's right here. It's very close. Now you can get it all. And then I want to say tier 2 would be a Jack Kirby version of Devil Dinosaur like this here.
Okay.
So that you can swap out the head and you get your
Right.
Devil Dinosaur Jack Kirby look, which the Moon Boy can kind of go with. And then you get tier 3, as you said now, Shauna the She-Devil, to kind of push people to like, okay, you guys want this? There it is right there.
Right.
That's all you need. And I feel like if you want Savage Land stuff, you're gonna want Devil Dinosaur. There's no like, I understand with the Engine of Vengeance with people wanting Mephisto but not wanting Robbie Reyes because Robbie Reyes is a very more recent character and people haven't had that tie to yet. And so I understand people only wanting Mephisto, but then that means you have to go and purchase this big Hell Charger to get to that. But I feel like if you're gonna watch Shaun of the She-Devil, you're definitely wanting Devil Dinosaur. It's this classic character. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah, I think also, and I just thought about this because I remember this. So I'm throwing this out there because I kind of revamping it. Well, your tiers,
okay.
Okay, with your tiers that you're saying, but you get Devil Dinosaur and you get the symbiote version of him.
Oh, okay.
So now let's say it's like 200. Now you get, because you get both versions. You get the regular Devil Dinosaur, and then you get the symbiote version of him, the black and white version.
Okay.
And then with that Jack Kirby head, you get that Jack Kirby look for the head sculpt, and then you have like that Venom long tongue head sculpt.
Okay.
As part of that tier.
So it's like you get two figures in one offering,
right.
And then each tier gets a different head, one with a longer tail, more prehensile tail or tongue, I mean, and the other one with the Jack Kirby head. Okay.
Well, just like put the Jack Kirby head and the Venom head together, and I would say just one tier. Yeah.
Okay, just, so same tier.
Yeah, just put them in the same tier.
I dig that. And I feel like even if they didn't want to go too far as like a full second figure of Devil Dinosaur, they could even just like put the symbiote head onto the face, but like leave the edge of the head still red, so that way it still looks like it blends in. It's not just like a black head on top of a red body. If you can get that blending in there, but it definitely needs the whole black and white for sure to get the whole old man Wolverine looking venomized T-Rex for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be very cool though. I would definitely like to see that. I feel like I would definitely want Devil Dinosaur more than I would want the symbiote T-Rex. However, I think that would make such cool display options. Devil Dinosaur is one I definitely would want to see in my display. Good choice, man. Yeah, he was the one I was wanting to talk about too. If you didn't choose him, I was like he was gonna be my choice.
Okay.
But yeah, because I feel like they can hit this one out of the park if they put the effort toward it, make it a little bit. They blueprints there with Mattel's version.
Right.
Just add the texture, the details, all the little intricacies. Just you guys got this. Make the Devil Dinosaur the way we want it, like the little. And he needs that like the kind of like a darker red patches on the back as well. Yeah. I always felt like that was very Devil Dinosaur. He needs that, and then he just bendy wire tail for sure. Because it's like I like the. I don't know. Like when things get too thick for the bendy wire, it's not as pliable sometimes.
Right.
So I would have to see how that would work because I feel like sometimes when it gets too thick, it doesn't want to move as much. But I mean, maybe because long enough, you could get enough reach. But I don't want the segmented tail. I think sometimes that just doesn't get enough. What we need. It looks weird after a while.
Even if you can I want to say if you made like where his tail is like a little bit of that bendy wire, at least to make it look like it's kind of wagging a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Crocodile from G.I. Joe right here.
Right. Yeah, just like enough.
Yeah.
to like where it's like, okay, it's still like it's still bent, it's still pliable. I can still get a little bit of movement out of it.
Yeah.
Because with the one from Mattel, the tail doesn't move at all. It's just like stuck in the same spot.
Oh, it doesn't? Okay.
Yeah. If I remember, actually, yeah, I think so. Yeah. I
Yeah,
could be
I
wrong.
never bought that one. I always wanted it, but it was always I didn't have the money or didn't want to pay for it right now because then I'd have to go and customize it to make it the one I want.
Right.
So I was like, I'm not worrying about that right now. So
yeah, I don't blame it. Mine's barely stands up half the time anyway.
fair enough. Alrighty. Was there anything else you wanted to add to your HasLab?
No, that's it. I think that $200 already spent. It's $200 well spent.
Yes, definitely. Alrighty. Okay, so let's move on to mine. One that we definitely need. If it's gonna be a vehicle, it's gonna be this one next. I'm surprised they didn't go with this one earlier. We're going with the Punisher van. Let me get the pictures here. So we got this one here. And if you're gonna make it, you gotta make it retro. You gotta appeal to that retro collector, make the box look like a retro box here. I don't know if I wouldn't want this kind of style on here. I would definitely want it to be more like this, but just make the box retro looking. You can make the thing a little more modern. There's ones I've seen where the van has this Punisher symbol on the hood here, which isn't bad because it allows you to keep seeing it. But it definitely needs a lot of things like the slide out doors where the Gatling gun is, where you can either have it there or you can, as you can kind of see here, where it slides out through the back and you can use it out the back as well.
Right.
And then you've got this thing that can lower down and then show off the guns, which is similar to the way the retro one was. You got guns that can pop into here after this thing gets lowered down. These really cool looking, if you can plug them into the wheels to turn them into like little saw blades, that's pretty dope. I don't know if I would want a gunner seat up here. I don't know. I don't know if I want it here or back here.
You know,
I feel like back there would get in the way.
Yeah, I'd probably say like in a passenger seat. I probably would go with the passenger seat, but I have a feeling I know what one of your tiers is going to be.
Well, for sure, let's for sure go into what he's including is the Punisher himself. You need a Punisher.
True.
And I like what we've got. I don't like the body for some reason. It just feels very bow-legged now. We've gotten so much better stuff, especially with the Vulcan. After playing with this Nick Fury figure, this feels like such a good possible Punisher that I would want this. But I would want them to do the details of like, you know, looks like he's wearing a suit. I think this one is a little bit better with it. Kind of like how they did with the Spider UK. You know, have these details in the suit. And then even the Nick Fury hands have this kind of like lining down it. That's what I want. And then I would like this style of the belt more because it's not going to help. It's not going to ruin the articulation here. But I feel like he definitely needs to be on a more articulated body. Maybe Renew Your Vows body. I want to be able to get him in a lot of poses. Just like how Black Widow can get in a lot of poses, he needs that same treatment. So we need him with a bunch of guns and a few other things. I mean the tiers. I don't know where I would want to go with tiers. I mean, obviously it has to be like little pieces that go on here. So go ahead. What was the tier you want to go with?
You're missing the biggest one.
Which one?
Microchip.
Oh my God, microchip. Yes, you need a microchip. You can't have Punisher doing all this without microchip. That's for sure. Yeah, I totally was thinking like the van itself. I wasn't thinking about extra characters.
Microchip would fit perfectly with this.
Yes.
So I'm looking at the van. If they can design it the way like you have the computer on one side, but a fold-out gun like on it, like a pop-out fold-out gun, like almost like on a Turtles van, like where the gunner pops out. Have that in there. I would think I would kind of like that more than it coming out of the back of the van.
Okay, so you want it on the side.
right, like because with the backup van, that's where he's like loading all his gear at. Like that's where you would think
Yeah.
that's him loading all the gear, and that could be part of like the tiers too, like gun cases that he's loading in there in the back of the van. Oh, goodness.
Yeah,
Like, seeing this
definitely.
picture brings back memories. Sorry.
No, that's good. No, I definitely would want this, and you can appeal to the people. Like I said, with the whole thing with the Engine of Vengeance failing was, I mean, on top of the money situation, people aren't going to pay that money for a new character that they have nothing to attach to. They
Right.
probably would have if it was something like Punisher, something classic. These, you're not gonna appeal to people to spend extra money when it's a character that they don't care about. And a
Exactly.
lot of these people are old heads and they don't care about anything new. They're limited to about the 90s and that's about it. So if you want to appeal to the majority, you do something from the 90s and behind. That's just the way it is. I feel like anything new just doesn't get either people that don't know about it anymore or they just don't care to even look at it. Like I feel like every time I see new characters, I go and look up the story of who they are or what they are. Even if it's old characters, I have no idea who they were because I was too young to even know these characters. I'll go read about them. I know a lot of people don't. But,
That's true. Yeah, they don't. Yeah. I mean,
there's some cool things.
Yeah, or you can. Well, I just thought about like you could throw in Bushmaster too.
Yes, a villain would be pretty cool, and if we can continue with these the Serpent Society, that's a fantastic idea. I love that. I didn't have too much ideas for the tiers. I just wanted the HasLab itself. But you're throwing them out here, and I'm like, no, I'm definitely in the point of with these HasLabs that I can go with one character. And Microchip is perfect for something like this where you can do a one tier thing. I mean, you need the one character to go with. You need Punisher himself, of course.
Right.
But I'm fine with one tier extra like Microchip. But I understand what they do with what they did with like that Giant Man and Wasp, putting them together, putting them out separately because then now they're not tied to the HasLab.
Right.
And that's fine because that can lower the cost and put all the other stuff onto something else. I can buy them separately at a different time. Right. And if they continue to do that, that's fine. I feel like even so, people buy the Bushmasters. People might buy another character in there as well. It's totally fine. So I would want more of the accessories to just be packed in everything I can get here. So like I've seen the ordnance thing happen. I really like this idea of a riot shield back door. So one of the doors can pop off and it becomes a riot shield. I think that's a really cool idea. Things like that. So just, it's what they did with the His tank.
Right. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
This has got to be the Marvel Legends version of the His tank. It's about the same size. Give us all these bells and whistles, like you guys did with the His tank. And I think they can hit it out of the park with that.
Definitely. I agree with you because that's the same route I was thinking. Like, this would have to be like their His tank. Like, so you can make the doors open, but then you can also have like a lever that shoots the door out and make it like you're saying, like that riot shield kind of door. One side is like computer, like it has like a whole like listening system, like they do when they're doing like a sting, listening. Yeah. Have that one side as a computer, then opposite side. That's what I was saying, like where you have like the side door open up and it's a Gatling. You have a Gatling gun lit on there. Different things you can attach to the top. You can like take the top panel off and put. So let's say I want to pop that passenger seat panel off. I can pop it off, plug in the gun, or I could plug in another seat if I wanted to. If I just wanted to have a passenger van.
Yeah, if you need to throw a microchip in on the side passenger side, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like that's what you need. Exactly.
Yeah. And microchip, and the reason why I say like microchip would be a great fit for this is just because he'll have like that one body mold that you really don't like. It's kind of like in between Doc Ock, but not as heavy as Doc Ock. So it's like one and done body mold for you.
Yeah, it's definitely not one you're gonna get to see a lot of reuse out of for sure.
Right.
So if we can get this, that's a perfect reason why to have the HasLab, to put him in the HasLab, so he could be like a one and done, and the extra money into that. I'm trying to pull up a picture real quick of him.
Because I can't see like microchip being like in a wave and people be like, let me go ahead and get that character. Because most times if they did, depending on what the body, with how the body is, they may buy it just to have as an extra background character. But he's not one that's going to really fly off the shelf. Just
he would be a sleeper for sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get like, another picture in here, but it's not the greatest. Did you like the Warzone, the Punisher Warzone?
Oh yeah, enjoyed it.
Yeah, so
the movie. We're talking about the movie, right?
Yes, the movie. Yeah. The comic was good too, but the movie with the Ryan Stevenson, what's his name?
Ray Stevenson. Yeah,
Ray Stevenson. The one passed. Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah. I loved him. That was my favorite movie. And then you got Dennis Nedry from Jurassic Park over here as Microchip in that one, and I think they all did pretty good with that. And that was the best Jigsaw too. I love that Jigsaw. He looks so dope. And then we got this, and Punisher, the Netflix show, we got this version of him. He's just got a couple scars here and there. It's like, oh, he's fucked up.
So the Netflix one is kind of soft. He's like, I don't want to be the Punisher. Like, no, that's not like how the Punisher can. Like, he wants to be the Punisher. He's out there doing what he does.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Well, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's other than throwing the guns up in there and is packing as much as you can get out of this Punisher van. That's what I would want. I think that'd be the best way to go about it. Like, I think, do a tier 1 microchip. Tier 2 is some accessories like add-ons to the wheels. Put the spinning wheels on there, not spinning wheels, but like the razor blades on the side. Maybe an extra like the passenger gun seat, and then the third one would probably be Bushmaster, something like a villain to go against. Something big, something that you need a big ass Punisher van to go against. I feel like that's what we can get. And I think people would buy that for sure. I mean, hopefully it's in a good price. I see 300. Anything less than that or less would be fantastic. But what was his tank? How much was that one?
I think that might have been like 300 or 350.
Right? Okay, that's what I'm thinking too. So if they can keep it in line with his tank, I think it'd be good. His tank had like 4 figures?
Yeah, it had the Mickey Mouse Cobra Commander. That Crimson, those Crimson. I guess I don't know if I'm saying this right. If they're the Crimson Guards, but it had the driver.
Yeah.
The female gunner.
Yeah.
Another one that we got to choose a color for.
Right. So then there's 4 right there.
Yeah.
So
include the lights in there too, like those different lighting in there.
Yeah.
Which is beautiful. Oh, freaking amazing.
Yeah, with the Punisher van, I don't think we need too much lights. I'm fine without that. So at least we can get rid of the LEDs aspect of it, because I don't see anything really needing LEDs in here other than lighting up if you could do the stereo, not stereo. How's it called? What you were saying earlier with the surveillance.
Oh, okay,
lighting up the computer screens. I think that might be the only thing you need to light up. Well, I guess you kind of want to light up the car itself with the headlights and stuff.
Yeah, I would say like the headlights, the headlights, brake lights, and just like a light, like I go like I see what you're saying with the computer, and then like a little light around the dome, like inside part, like of the back of the van,
like a police light, kind of like that, or do you mean like one in the middle so it lights up the whole inside?
Just one in the middle that lights up the whole inside.
Okay,
I didn't think about the police light. That's a good idea. That would work too, like a little police light in there too.
Yeah. That would be crazy if they could do that, like a little wire that goes through there. I don't know. That'd be hard for that scale, but that'd be cool. But yeah, that's pretty much everything we got here for you guys today. Is there anything else you wanted to add today, sir?
No, that's it. That's all I got.
It. Yeah. All right, we've gone on pretty long here today, more longer than expected, but it's all good. I always have fun talking all these, talking legends, talking figures, what we can expect. So I appreciate you for jumping on here with me, man, my man.
Bro.
And
Thanks
so
for having me.
hopefully we can do this again another time, and we'll see how this goes. But for you guys at home, put down in the comments what you guys want to see. Maybe we'll talk about those in the future ones. Give us ideas what you want to see. Did our HasLabs or multi-packs, did they stand up to your test of what you wanted, or if you wanted something else, let us know. I'd like to hear what you guys' opinions. But yeah, until next time, guys. We'll be doing this again, hopefully pretty soon. But stay tuned. Make sure you guys are checking out the stream every Monday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Where I'm sculpting every week. We got something new, putting anything out 2 weeks on uncannysculpts.com. And then make sure you guys are going to pick up shirts from uncannysculptsmerch.com as well. That always helps me out. Dante, where can we find you, my man?
Anywhere, ever. You can find me on Darkjokerzin on Instagram. You can find me under Infinite Equation on Instagram, Infinite Equation on X, or formerly known as Twitter, and the Facebook group Infinite Equation as well.
Awesome, man. So make sure you guys are going to follow him. He's a great guy. And I always appreciate the support you've been giving me. Always sharing my stuff on Facebook. So that always helps out so much. So until next time, guys, appreciate you guys. Thank you for chilling.